Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler of the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode 111. We're back with Jake Talk Sports. How you doing today, my guy?
I am doing pretty good. I had to get stitches in my finger because I cut it open. Other than that, things are going well.
Okay, I gotta ask, how the fuck did you cut open your finger?
I was at college and I was opening a can of something, and the can opener slipped, proceeding to vault the partially opened can lid into my finger, slicing it open.
Ow. Okay.
Yeah, it was an adventure, but here we are.
Yeah, that's pretty not great, my guy.
Yeah, that was on Monday, so it's feeling a lot better now. But yeah.
Okay. So, I saw your TikTok. Today is absolutely popping again.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but those videos where I try and beat the team touchdown totals, dude. I was just saying this. I don't know if you saw the other video I made. I was just saying this. I was literally like today looking at my TikTok, like, dang, my views are down bad right now. And then I had the idea, wait, the season's over. What if I revive the series that made me go viral in the first place? So I do it, and I post a video, and then like, I don't know, like maybe an hour and a half later, I check my phone. I got like 50 TikTok notifications. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, like, I did it again.
Of course, this would be the one that blew up after all the work I've been putting in these past couple months. Yeah, it's the videos that made me viral. It's the videos that got JakeTalksSports to where it is now. But yeah, it's been good. Yeah,
Shit, those types of videos are how we met, man.
That's very, very true. That is very true. Yeah.
Because you built a team with a touchdown total, and I had to try to beat it, and I did.
Yes, sir. You did on the first try because the team I built was not great.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough go.
I kind of looked at it. I was like, man, someone's gonna beat this first try. Like, yeah. Come on now.
Yep. Hey, it's a good thing though. If you would have made a better team, maybe I wouldn't have beaten it, and we wouldn't be here. So
that's fair. Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, and this video has already had an effect on my account in general. There was this video I did where I was doing the NFL Wordle.
Yeah.
And it had like 23 views, and now it has 263. There was a Packers edit I made that had like 50 views that now has close to 500. Both the videos I made after that video are both almost 1,000 already. So I don't know, man. TikTok's so weird and it's so unpredictable, but I'm happy that things are going the way they are right now.
Yeah, unlike YouTube, you can't really game the TikTok algorithm. You just gotta post content and hope TikTok decides you're good enough today.
Do you ever post YouTube Shorts? No.
I've posted a few. I got really into trying to post them there for a while.
Okay.
So the first one I posted, I gotta see if I can figure out how to look at just YouTube Shorts. But I know a couple of them I posted did numbers, and a couple have just been awful views-wise. Yeah, the first one I posted got 1,400 views, and then the second one got like 5.
That, dude, I was going to say, I have 3 YouTube Shorts up right now. One has 5, the other has 5, and the other has 1.3 thousand.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it works. I'm not really a big YouTube guy, so I'm not necessarily familiar with their algorithm, but dang, bro. Dang.
I know if I was more consistent posting shorts on YouTube, it would be great for me, but
yeah.
It's tough. They don't, I don't know. The algorithm's even weirder on YouTube for shorts.
Which scares me, yeah.
Well, and then it's one of those things where YouTube has this thing, right? The videos between 8 and 20 minutes long are better for your channel because you need the watch time. if you go more than 20 minutes, if you go an hour, yeah, you can get more watch time, but it messes with stuff even more. So
Sure.
the shorts mess with the algorithm because you're getting more views, but no watch time because YouTube cares about watch time more than they do views. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. I got no idea.
Nobody seems to have that answer for me. So,
No.
yeah. Because then, the third short I posted got 915. And then 5, 8, 977, 290. And that was the last one I posted. It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
The one with 190, though, I kind of get why it didn't get as many views, because it was an ad. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
EA sponsored some shit, so GG's. Now I just need EA to hit me up with more opportunities, because my actual sponsored video I did for them is the most viewed video on my channel.
Oh, that's good. It's a
whole different time. But yeah, man, it's good to see TikTok coming back for you. I know it was a rough little bit there.
It was a little bit of a stretch, yeah, but careful for it, yeah.
They all happen. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes.
It's normal, bro. Yeah, it's normal.
I mean, shit, in the last couple of weeks, mine have started to dip again, which it's like, okay. It'll dip for 2 weeks, it'll go back up for 2 weeks, bro. Whatever.
I think the difference between JakeTalksSports and my other failed social media content creation stuff is probably the fact that for JakeTalksSports, I didn't quit when things got bad, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be stretches where just nothing happens, but you gotta just power through.
Just gotta let it suck for a bit, yeah.
Because it always bounces back every time.
Every single time. Today was a reminder of that for me. Yeah.
Sometimes you need those reminders.
Yeah.
So, going back into the sports world, what has actually happened since the last time we talked? Is the Tyreek Hill trade new to the podcast and us talking about it?
Your podcast, I think.
Did we talk about it on yours?
Well, I haven't talked about it on mine either.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. Nah, I haven't yet. Because I haven't made an episode of my package in a while. I've been so busy. Right. But, yeah, dude. Uh-oh. There's a lot that could happen with this trade. But I will say, with the moves the Dolphins have made in this free agency, I don't really think there's any excuse for Tua anymore. I really don't.
Yeah, no. There can't be, right? He has too many weapons and an improved offensive line. Sure, his running game might not be perfect, but if his offense has to be absolutely stacked at every position for him to be mediocre, then that's a problem.
Yeah. If you think about it, outside of maybe running back, well, they just got Raheem Mostert, but they have a top 10 player. You disagree with this, but they have a top 10 player at most of their skill positions. Running back, I mean, Raheem Mostert seems to be they picked him up because of Mike McDaniel, you got to assume.
Yeah.
But Terron Armstead, who's probably, when healthy and when at his best, top 10 tackle, maybe even top 5 tackle in the NFL. I mean, the defense, we got Javon Holland at safety, Xavier Howard's still there. They got Van Ginkel, the linebacker. Christian Wilkins is still there. I mean, they're really Dolphins. If the Dolphins somehow were to finish behind the Jets this year, then the Tua experiment, I think that's the end of it.
For sure. It's got to be over at that point.
Yeah.
Because, in other... I don't know. I know we have our disagreements about how good Tyreek Hill is.
Sure.
See, and you know me, I've still said he is absolutely the most explosive playmaker in football. He can He can have one pop play that goes for 99 yards just cuz. But
Yeah, I
to me,
mean,
I'd
him
rather
and
have.
Jalen Waddle like are literally
Oh
the
God,
exact same person.
it does scare
Like,
me for both of them having Tua be their quarterback. Because
here's the thing, though. Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks when it comes to intermediate and short throws.
absolutely,
So you got the two fastest receivers in the league, probably. I don't see how that doesn't work, honestly. Like, Tyreek Hill's one of the best receivers in space. Jalen Waddle's one of the best receivers in space. I mean, like, how does this end badly? I don't. There's no way unless Tua like starts to like suck from like intermediate or short distances, which I guess wouldn't be that surprising. I don't see any reason why this offense shouldn't work. And Raheem Mostert's like literally like one of the fastest running backs when he's healthy.
yeah.
Their team is just like, and Cedric Wilson, he's fast too.
Okay,
He's
Cedric
really
Wilson
fast.
is also their wide receiver 4. People keep trying to say he's their wide receiver 3, and he's not.
I see Parker getting moved before the year starts.
I don't think he does, because they need somebody who can have that skill set. You can't have all your receivers be the exact same skill set. It won't work.
The Chiefs have been doing it, and
it worked for
it didn't
1 year.
necessarily work.
And when they faced a defense who knew how to stop that one skill set, they got shit kicked. You need other types of guys. And it can't just be Mike Gesicki.
And Mike Gesicki, I think he gets a little bit underrated.
Gesicki's great.
I think he's very good. And Gesicki is going to be that to that offense what Travis Kelce is to the Chiefs offense.
Yep.
He's going to be the guy who everybody else is outrunning the secondary, and he's just going to be wide open over the middle or something. Because everybody else is so focused on trying to cover the space that Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are running havoc. And even like Devontae Parker could be matched up, could find himself in a favorable matchup because everyone's too focused on Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
It's like Odell in Cleveland. Like, Tyreek Hill's going to get all the attention, and there's going to be a guy behind him. It might be Waddle, it might be Parker, who just kind of pops off. That was Jarvis Landry in Cleveland. That was like Donovan Peoples-Jones this year. Like, I feel like Tyreek Hill's going to draw so much attention to himself, and I don't think that he's a receiver like Devontae or like D-Hop, where you trust, and Tua's not the quarterback that you trust to like go at those matchups constantly.
Like, yeah.
Like,
Tyreek's not the receiver for that, and I don't think anybody would argue that he is.
I do not think that that Tyreek is like in the tier with like D-Hop, Devontae, maybe even Kupp.
They almost play different positions. Honestly.
Honestly, I mean, you look at like the top 5 receivers, most of them play a different brand of ball.
Kinda, yeah.
Devontae Adams, it's his release and his route running. D-Hop will just moss you.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp runs his little short stuff and he'll do it. Tyreek Hill just uses his speed. Yep. And you look at like Justin Jefferson. I mean, Jefferson better than I do, but Justin Jefferson's just a really good route runner.
Yeah.
Really good at putting guys on skates.
Does Devontae, basically. That's the only guys in the top 5 who are the same. Yeah. Is they're Devontae and JJ are kind of the same guy, only JJ's a little faster.
A little faster, a little bit smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something we could talk about too. It's just like, how do you think Devontae will do with the Raiders?
Great. I don't think anything changes.
Receiver additions.
For him, I don't think anything changes.
What I've seen a lot on Packers Twitter is people comparing this move to Vegas to Jordy Nelson's move to Oakland. Like, he's just going to go, and then without Rodgers, he's going to be like terrible.
Wasn't Jordy 36?
He was up there, yeah. But Packers Twitter's dumb. You have to understand this.
Well, there's
a lot of
Twitter
stupid people on every sports fan's Twitter has some dumb people.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Vikings Twitter's a mess.
Always.
But there's no comparison here. The chemistry between Carr and Adams honestly could have his best season of his career next year.
He could.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Because who else is a receiver on that team?
Well,
literally.
That's actually why it's a good thing. Is there are good receivers on the Raiders. Hunter Renfrow is good. Darren Waller is good.
Who's and then they just signed DeMarcus Robinson too.
And they have somebody else on their Brian Edwards. Their wide receiver
Oh,
3.
he's good too. He's good too.
That's
I don't
the
know why I
thing.
forget
You
about these
can't
guys. Yeah.
solely focus on Devontae. I mean, you
There's
could,
too much talent
but you
outside of
just
them.
let everybody else eat. So
That's why I think the Raiders. That's why I think there's a legitimate chance the Chiefs finish last in the division next year.
I agree with that.
Maybe the Broncos. I'm still a little iffy on the Broncos.
I'm not.
Russ
They have
is
the
good,
best
but
defense in that division, so I'm not iffy. And they have the best defense in that division by a long ways. Yeah, I
even
get it.
with
The
J.C.
Chargers
Jackson, Khalil Mack, and Derwin James, and Joey Bosa,
they have star power for sure. That doesn't mean they're gonna be a good defense, but I think they will be.
They will be.
The biggest detriment for the
defense.
Broncos is not having Vic Fangio to draw up the plays for the defense. That might hurt.
I still don't see why they didn't go after Zimmer for a DC, but but looking at like Devontae still, man, he is gonna tear apart every corner in that division that's not named J.C. Jackson.
Pat Surtain might be able to hold his own. We'll see. Again, he's a second-year guy, so we'll have to actually see.
Pat Surtain's a second-year corner going against the best receiver in the NFL. That's still tough.
Valid. That's valid. But yeah, the Raiders don't have any corners, and the Broncos, outside of Surtain, who I think is going to be a star, they just have guys who are good.
Well, yeah, but like the only like truly elite wide receiver in that division is on the team that doesn't have any corners. So
that's true.
You got Keenan Allen, and you got Mike Williams, and you got like Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick. But the only like truly elite wide receiver one guy is on the team that doesn't have any corners in that division. So
come on, KJ Hamler is the best receiver in football. What do you mean?
Is he like the wide receiver 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Underrated.
Okay. Dude, I saw. I don't know. Do you know Josh Berman, the Next Network guy?
No, I don't.
He put out rankings for every position. He put the Broncos' current starting tight end over Robert Tonyan, and that does not sit right with me. Whatever his last name is, they put him over Tonyan.
Interesting.
Maybe Tonyan isn't good. Maybe Tonyan. I've only watched Tonyan play for 1 year because that's all he's had really.
I guess we'll find out.
And he had a good year, but
Rodgers
is throwing to him.
Your team now.
Not until they draft Chris Olave, the 22nd overall.
Yeah, Rodgers isn't letting a rookie be his number 1. I promise you.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, rookie Randall Cobb might have been his number 1. No, it was Jordy Nelson.
If I'm the Packers, I consider sending both of those picks, whatever you have, 21, 22 and 28, I think,
to the Vikings for Justin Jefferson.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. You move up with somebody close to the top 10 so you can go get Garrett Wilson and get the actual best receiver in this draft.
That's true, but like I don't know if Garrett Wilson's even worth a top 10 pick, honestly. Receiver class is really good, but I'm not you just did your mock draft, right?
Yeah.
Where do you have like a list or something?
I'll just pull up the video again and check it.
Where did you have Garrett Wilson going? Like without any trades happening?
I think 11 to the Jets. I think.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Jets need a receiver, man.
They need a wide receiver 1.
Right.
Because like Elijah Moore, I think is going to be good if he's healthy. Braxton Berrios isn't bad, but neither of them are wide receiver 1 guys. Garrett Wilson would be sick.
Yeah, I had Garrett Wilson going 10 to the Jets. Sorry, that's their pick.
Do you also have Kyle Hamilton going 4th to the Jets?
No, I have Kyle Hamilton going 3rd to the Texans.
That one's a toss-up for me, too.
Yeah. And this mock draft was going off what I knew, a week ago.
Yeah.
And that was the Jets were super high on Stingley.
Yeah.
So I had Stingley at 4.
Oh, very high on.
Turns out it might be Sauce
They're very
at 4
high
instead.
on Stingley. Might be Sauce.
Either way, one of those guys is going to the Jets. One's going to Minnesota at 12. That's just
I was
how
gonna
this
say,
one's going.
Did you mock Sauce or Stingley to the Vikings? And you must.
I want Sauce.
Yeah, okay.
I want Sauce.
I think Sauce is better. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't go above Stingley.
I know.
But
I'm just hoping the Jets fall in love with the wrong guy. Because they're the Jets, and that's what they do.
There's also a very realistic chance that the Texans go corner, and then Jets take Kyle Hamilton. But Kyle Hamilton is just so generational. It's just...
Oh, my God. Have you seen all the hate going on for Kyle Hamilton on Twitter?
I saw somebody on Twitter post like a video of him taking a bad angle in the playoff game against Alabama last year. He was like, well, I understand this isn't that bad of a clip, but like I'm hearing that this guy's supposed to be perfect. I'm like, dude, no player's perfect. He hasn't even played an NFL snap yet. Like, can we chill a little bit? Like, he is there. I don't know if you've seen this clip. Have you seen the clip of his like basically like sideline to sideline run to pick off the Florida State quarterback?
I am literally watching it now, I think.
Okay. There was this play. I was at college watching this the FSU Notre Dame game with my friend who's an FSU fan, and that's the first time I ever watched anything Kyle Hamilton related, and he made this just like one of the best interceptions I've ever seen in a college football game. Just running from like the right hash mark to the sideline, and like also I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw someone on Twitter that he ran a 4.7.
Yeah, no, that's official. He ran a 4.7 at his pro day, and he ran
that's
a
really
bad
slow.
time.
Is that slow for a safety?
Probably.
I think it is, right?
But he also, I'm pretty sure he
4.7?
ran slow at the combine. But at the combine, when he ran, he like weaved to both edges of the 40 of the little path.
I thought Kyle Hamilton wasn't at the combine, or was he? I didn't watch
this
safeties
might
at
be
all,
his pro
so.
day. I have no idea. I'm just watching him run right here, and
Okay.
it's one of those things. I don't care what your 40 time is. Watch his goddamn tape.
Like Jarvis Landry has a really slow 40, and he's still made a pretty good job of himself in the NFL.
The receiver who ran one of the littler receivers who ran super fast at the combine. Watch the tape. He doesn't run that way on the fields in full pads.
Right. That's like, the biggest guy people reference. You know, John Ross.
Yeah.
Like he broke the 40 record. I'm not even sure he's on a roster currently.
Currently, I don't know. He was last on the Giants.
Like he tore his ACL his rookie year, and then got bounced around for a couple teams and never really made like many NFL starts. Like a fast 40 time does not mean anything,
and a slow 40 time doesn't mean anything.
No, because like Treylon Burks, it was either him or Drake London ran a slow 40. Everyone's like, "Oh no, like this guy's dropping to my wide receiver 5. Like this guy, you can't take a guy as slow as him." I'm like, first of all, this guy can also moss any corner he wants to.
Right.
Like, how fast is Mike Evans?
No idea.
Like Drake London. Drake London is his comp is Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And I don't think Mike Evans is like the fastest dude in the NFL.
Going back to Kyle Hamilton real quick, Cam Chancellor's official 40 time, the probably going to be a Hall of Famer, one of the best safeties either of us have ever watched play. He ran a 4.69.
Exactly.
Larry Fitzgerald was a 4.63.
One of the best receivers of all time.
Yeah. Anquan Bolden was a 4.71. Their 40 time just running in a straight line with no pads means nothing to me.
I mean, you just named 3 Hall of Famers.
Antonio Brown was a 4.56, and we all talk about how fast he is on the field.
I wonder what Tyreek ran.
No idea. Jerry Rice ran a 4.71.
I know, dude. That's something that people realize, that people bring up a lot, is Jerry Rice's 40 time is very slow.
Right.
Or slow for a receiver, I guess.
It's just to prove that it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, Tyreek Hill ran a 4.29, which made sense.
Yeah, that tracks. Mike Evans was a 4.53. Looking at the stud receivers in the league, D-Hop was a 4.57. Devontae was a 4.56. Cooper Kupp was a 4.62.
Metcalf ran a 4.33, which is surprising, actually.
It's really not. Dude.
He's fast. He's fast.
But this is the thing, right? Look back at his draft class, right? He fell to the second round. Everybody thought he was the best receiver in the draft class. He fell to the second round because his combine, he ran a bad 3 cone. at the combine, so he fell to the second
no.
round. That's what happened with DK. He ran a bad 3-cone, so he fell. NFL teams talk themselves out of great players because of the combine, which is dumb.
Honestly, dude, I think that the top talent should just not do the combines and just do their pro day.
No, I love it, because if this makes Kyle Hamilton fall to 12, Minnesota snatch him. Keep having the best, one of the 5 best safeties in the NFL on your team.
That is nowhere near a need for them, though. I mean, that's probably that's best player available at that point, but like, you have Harrison Smith. You don't need Kyle Hamilton.
We do need a second safety. What do we got? Cam Bynum? I'll take Kyle Hamilton.
Most teams don't even have a good first safety, so
I don't care. We're the NFC version of the Bills, okay?
You guys, I said this on my TikTok live today. I'm sure you agree. There was literally no excuse for the Vikings not winning their division this year.
Yeah, I mean, other than the best quarterback in the division is on a different team.
Other than Kirk. That's what I said. I said on my TikTok live that the Vikings do not end up winning the division this year, and it's the Packers or like the Bears or something. Then this 1 year extension from Kirk is it. It's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone.
He's
done.
You gave him a new coach, a new system,
and then
fixed the offensive line.
And then somebody in my chat was like, "Watch them fire Kevin O'Connell if they don't win the division." I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like,
"I'm like, dude, because that's not how Minnesota operates. You
don't fire a coach like that. Yeah,
that's how Minnesota operates. You get at least 5. Yeah. That's just how it works."
You're pretty tenured if you're coaching the Vikings. Yeah. That's how the NFC North in general works. If you're not
pretty much
the Bears,
or even unless you're just awful.
Even like the Bears before Nagy had a coach for a long time.
Even with
Jim Fox and Lovie Smith both, and Nagy lasted
4 or 5 years.
4 years. Yeah, something like that. Jim Caldwell lasted a long time in Detroit.
Yep.
And then Dan Campbell will, for sure.
Again, you have to be really bad. Matt Patricia made it 2 years. He was awful.
Matt Patricia's awful as a head coach. I think he's a good defensive coordinator. Is he? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh. I can't give him any credit for anything that happened.
Is he back with the Patriots? He is, right?
That I also have no clue on. Matt Patricia.
I feel like he is.
He's a senior football advisor for the Patriots.
Yeah, I figured that Bill would bring him back in any capacity he could.
So,
speaking of head coaching stuff, were you gonna say something?
Here are the last versions of Vikings head coaches. Zimmer was there for 8 years. Leslie Frazier had 4. Brad Childress had 5. Mike Tice had 5, and Dennis Green had 10. That's going all the way back to 1992. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches now in the last 30 years. We don't get rid of coaches.
No.
You're there until you really mess up. The only time we let go of a coach after 1 year was Les Steckel. He came in after Bud Grant, and we let him go because Bud Grant wanted to come back. So,
Dang, dude.
And which, of course, you're going to let one of the greatest coaches in NFL history come back. That's just how that works. So, yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. I've seen a lot of takes today about how Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance all need to be on the hot seat. Because if you look at the star quarterbacks in the league right now, Justin Herbert popped in his first year. Mahomes popped in his first year. Lamar popped in his first year as a starter. And it's like, okay, none of those guys were in as bad of a situation as Fields and Lawrence. Now, Trey Lance has less of an excuse because his team's kind of stacked.
Yeah, also, Josh Allen, who is now probably a top 3 quarterback,
sucked for 2 years.
Very bad first 2 years.
Yeah.
He didn't start getting hype until he hurdled some Vikings guy, and then everyone was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And now he's a top 3 quarterback. So I don't even. And he was in a decent situation. I mean,
It wasn't
not.
that
I
good
mean,
though. They didn't have
it
weapons.
wasn't that good. And then they brought in Stephon Diggs, and there it is.
Right.
I am not saying that Christian Kirk is by any means Stephon Diggs, but he's an upgrade from whatever Trevor had last year.
By a
So
lot. Laquan Treadwell was his wide receiver one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. As far as Fields goes, that's unfair. Hasn't even played a full season yet.
And had
as far
the
as Lance
worst
goes,
O-line in football, and his number one receivers, Darnell Mooney. Yikes.
Got sacked 9 times in his first ever NFL start.
Yeah.
And then Lance, yeah, you got Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
One of the
you got
best
a good
coaches
defense
in
behind
football.
you. You got Trent Williams on the offensive line. You got Kyle Shanahan coaching you. You sat behind a guy who's been in the league for a while. Trey Lance needs to come out looking pretty sharp, in my opinion.
He really does.
And if we're talking about rookie quarterbacks on the hot seat, why are we not mentioning Zach Wilson?
And
because
why
Zach
are
Wilson
we not
had.
mentioning Mac Jones?
I don't think Mac Jones is on the hot seat just because he's going to fit the Belichick system well.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
going
he will
to
be
fit
in
the
a few
Belichick
years.
system to.
I feel like he's going to. I feel like he's going to he's going to trick us for a few years. And
I
then
don't.
Either Belichick retire. I don't know, dude. If he keeps having the kind of seasons he's having,
The
like,
Patriots
just
are
the
taking.
average season.
The Patriots are going to be 3rd or 4th place in their division this year, and I'm projecting last. Look at their roster; it's awful.
To be fair, I am going to stick with this. I think that Zach Wilson, potential-wise, is the second best quarterback in their class. I will stand by that to die on that hill.
I don't know.
I think he's just behind Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
I have Trevor Lawrence, him, Fields, Lance, Jones, Mills. Even though Mills, I think, might actually be better than Jones, or has more potential than Jones. But I really think Zach Wilson, potential-wise, is going to be the second best quarterback in that class. I have so much faith in him. I love some of the things I saw. He was awful at some points, awful.
See,
but
I'm
he
very
was
much,
so good in some moments.
I'm very much on the side of Zach Wilson was bad, and I thought so coming out of the draft. I don't know. That second half of last season, though, he played pretty well.
He had a really good game against the Bucs, but it's Brady. Come on, it's Brady.
Right.
He'll find a way. He had a really good game against the Titans. I'm not sure what part of the season that was in, but the overtime win against the Titans, he had some insane throw in between 2 defenders, so rolling to his right. There's just he just showed some flashes that the other rookie quarterbacks didn't.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. The rookie quarterbacks who should be on the hot seats are ones that didn't flash.
Yeah.
Even Trevor Lawrence had.
Yeah.
There are certain things. You sit down and you watch Trevor Lawrence, you see his pocket awareness is higher than most top 10 quarterbacks. Dude,
yeah.
just
Trevor Lawrence, you just watch the highlights watch his film from the game against the Colts week 18.
Yep. You can see he's that guy.
All I could think about when I was watching the highlights from that game, watching Red Zone with that game on, is imagine this guy with a good receiving core.
Right?
Like Marvin Jones is underrated at his current state, but
he shouldn't be a wide receiver 1 or 2. He should be a 3.
He's a good veteran 3. And
Maybe
now they got
4.
Christian Kirk and they sign another receiver? No. Did they?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, he might be the wide receiver 2 behind Christian Kirk at this point, depth chart wise.
Let me look at their depth chart.
Because they let go of DJ Chark, which I'm not a big fan of that move from them. I think Chark's gonna have a good year in Detroit.
I don't hate their receiving core right now. They have Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, Laviska Shenault, and Laquan Treadwell, and Jamal Agnew.
Would you put Zay Jones over Marvin Jones though right now? I'm not sure if I put Zay Jones over Marvin Jones. Zay Jones isn't proven, is he?
Not really. No. He had a good year with the Raiders last year, but
he was never good with the Bills.
Right. And I don't know, Shenault, it's weird. He was great in his rookie year. Kind of sucked last year, but that was my thing is not just watch Trevor Lawrence and see how good he was. Go back, watch the tape, look at the route trees that Urban Meyer had these guys running. Chenault and Marvin Jones were running into each other on every fucking play.
Well, I'm also not gonna lie. I think that with the talent level of their receiving core last year, I'm not entirely sure having a better head coach would have changed much.
It
would have changed a good amount with like the way that the route tree, but like it's still Marvin Jones as your wide receiver one. Like that's not changing.
Right.
Marvin Jones as a wide receiver one did not work, and not in Detroit. Then Kenny Galladay was there. Now Kenny Galladay's not even there anymore. And Marvin Jones has never worked out as a wide receiver one, honestly.
No.
I just miss the old Jaguars, you know, Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson and
who was the other guy on that team?
Marquise Lee.
Yes, Marquise Lee. There you go.
They used to have like actually really low key like nasty receiving core.
It was.
And then Marquise Lee tore his ACL a bunch of times. Allen Robinson left for the Bears. No idea. Allen Hurns went to the Cowboys, and then Blake Bortles, baby.
My biggest question for the Jaguars is why did you spend that money on Christian Kirk, but let DJ Chark walk?
I don't know, dude. Like I said a few minutes ago, I just do not like the releasing of DJ Chark for them at all.
Well, he was just a free agent. They didn't release him, but you gotta bring him back. Dude was a Pro Bowler 2 years ago.
I guarantee you, Christian Kirk's not walking to Jacksonville like I demand this specific amount of money.
They had to be in a bidding war.
I guarantee you that Christian Kirk would have taken a lot less.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not to play for the Jaguars.
Well, I don't know though, because they had to have been in a bidding war. There's no way they just went to Christian Kirk and said, "Here, we'll give you this." There's no way. I refuse to buy it. Like it had to be a couple of teams that wanted him.
Front office needs to be. If that's the case, that like they were the only team that was in negotiations with him and they gave him that much money, then the Jaguars front office is worse than I thought it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awful.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk is not a wide receiver one. He never has been in his career, and when he was last year,
their offense wasn't good.
Green.
So yeah.
But that's my take about the Cardinals is if they're seeing one of Kyler or D-Hop, nothing's gonna work. Nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
If they don't survive without those guys.
No, they do not. It's just a
I also
wild
feel like D-Hop could be getting moved sometime in the near future. Not this year.
I don't think so.
I feel like do you think he's gonna resign with the Cardinals when the time comes?
Ooh, I guess I don't know.
I don't know how much longer he's got in that contract the Cardinals gave him, but
I have no idea.
I feel like he could be a receiver who kind of decides to walk.
I think he's gonna watch and see what they do with Kyler. Because I think if Kyler leaves, he's gone.
I am just desperately hoping that they can work something out with Kyler. He's so talented. He's so good. I don't know. I just cannot hop off the Kyler train.
I love Kyler, but if I don't know, as a Kyler fan, I don't know if I want him rotting away in Arizona where they think Cliff Kingsbury's a good coach.
Where else is he gonna go?
Anywhere? Literally, what? There's
anywhere he goes, there's no talented enough roster for him to go to a Super Bowl. I don't think.
I don't know. There
any quarterback needy team.
I mean,
I think he'd be.
By the time his contract's up in 2 years, the Bucks.
The Bucks were already in talks, in conversations about Kyler before Brady came back.
Shit, in 2 years, the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Because Kirk's gone after this year or after next, either way.
Even the Giants. I still think the Giants receiving core is awesome.
Yeah, the Giants receiving core is kind of nuts.
You think about a healthy Giants receiving core. Kenny Galladay, he didn't have any touchdowns. Who was throwing the football?
Dude, I hate that. He didn't score enough touchdowns. Julio Jones caught 10 touchdowns once in his career. Come on.
Then you got Kadarius Toney, who's a freak. If he's healthy, which the MetLife turf does not bode well.
No.
But Kadarius Toney's a freak when healthy, and then you got Darius Slayton, who's good. He's serviceable. I don't know who the tight end
Shepard is still on the team.
Like, I don't know. I have no idea who's playing tight end for them because they got rid of Evan Ingram and
Ricky Seals
Kyle
Jones.
Rudolph. He's serviceable. He's okay. He had a decent year with Washington last year.
And at this point, it looks like they're keeping Saquon. So
yeah, they're not going to shop him at least this year.
well, I don't know. They've already tried. Maybe on draft night somebody wants him, but
I really see. Saquon, it's just you're gonna have to give up too much for a guy who's not genuinely just not proven yet.
no, he's absolutely proven. Other than the fact he can't stay on the goddamn field.
Well, yeah, Saquon, you give up a lot for a guy who might get hurt week 2 and not play the rest of the year. It's the same thing with the Cowboys and Zeke. Even if they want to move off of Zeke, nobody wants that contract. They're paying him too much.
Yeah, it's just the contract with Zeke, and then Christian McCaffrey. It's the same thing as Saquon.
When he's on the field, he's just probably a top 5 back.
When he's on the field, Christian McCaffrey might be the best back.
Like, dude, Saquon before this year was my most improved player, like dark horse pick.
Yep.
Not most improved comeback player. I really just didn't think it would be Dak Prescott. I definitely didn't think it would be Joe Burrow. I was like, why? If Saquon stayed healthy this year, I think he would have been. But man, it just you could blame it on the MetLife turf for Saquon, maybe. But I don't know what Christian McCaffrey's excuse for not staying healthy is. He might just be a twig, but I don't know.
Right. No, he's small, but he's not like that small. The issue is he's a power runner. So McCaffrey just tries to make contact.
He's a strong dude, bro. He's a strong dude.
Which is a problem because you're smaller than most NFL players. Like, stop. You're faster than them. Just run around.
He plays like Gronk, but he is like...
He has the body style of Kadarius Toney.
He has the body style of Kadarius Toney. Which will not end well for you because Gronk actually has the size and strength to bowl through anybody he wants to.
Right.
At least prime Gronk did. And Christian McCaffrey's just this little guy just bumping into people.
I'm starting to really like the Vikings defense right now.
Would have been better if Bobby Wagner had signed, but
yeah.
Speaking of which,
5
years, really?
It's just like the Von Miller contract. It's probably bullshit.
Just like the Von. It's not going to happen.
It's
like
the deal. Just like Von Miller's deal is a 3 year.
And Bobby Wagner's probably 2 or 2 or 3.
It's probably a
Bobby
2
Wagner
year.
declined significantly athletically.
Yeah.
I just saw a clip that Theo put on Twitter, Theo Ash, and Bobby Wagner's just getting very slow.
Yep.
He's still like one of the smartest dudes in football. He's still one of the best tacklers.
Right.
But 5 years and $10 million a year, even if he retires, you still gotta pay him.
See, but it's just like the Von Miller contract.
It's like, why?
Where those back years are just there for cap relief.
In case.
So basically, it'll be 2 years where he gets most of his money. So in the next 2 years, he's probably a bigger cap hit and gets, probably $15 to $20 million. And then they can just spread the last 10 over 3 years. That's why they made it a 5-year deal. Is to work the cap. That thing people keep trying to argue doesn't exist for some reason.
But the Rams sure doesn't seem like it.
Oh, it does. That's why so many guys aren't there anymore. It's weird.
I don't know why we haven't heard any OBJ news, but probably just hurt. But
he's waiting to see if the Browns move off Baker. Him and Jarvis are going to go back.
Well, they are moving off of Baker.
Actually, the report I heard today is that they might not. They might just keep him and let him start all the games while Deshaun is suspended.
My theory is that they will
try
to do that, and then Baker will say no. I feel like Baker might sit.
I don't know, man.
I really do. Like, hey, we just traded this guy and we flamed you and we just don't value it all, but hey, he's suspended. You want to start a few games?
Right.
Hey, come on. I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. The Browns have treated him like garbage.
Yeah. They really have.
You tore your shoulder? Well, you're supposed to be a top 10 quarterback. Get out there and do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on,
your
bro.
shoulder and your ankle and your knee were hurt all year. Doesn't matter. Just play better. It's like, Okay.
Yeah, just like
I don't know.
don't throw 4 receptions in a game with. It makes me so angry. Like the expectations set for a guy who's just beat up, and he still played. Like most guys in Baker's situation would have been like, I'm just gonna sit this.
He honestly should have.
He should have
Realistically,
probably for his own health and for his own value, probably.
Because I don't know if the
he
Browns
decided
make a
not
move
to.
for Deshaun if Baker just sat out and got the surgery.
Well, because he wouldn't have thrown 4 picks against the Packers, which was kind of like the final
straw.
nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of like, Baker, you've been bad this year, but just don't throw 4 picks against the Packers. And then he went in and threw 4 picks against the Packers.
Right.
And they were bad picks, most of them. I think there was one that might not have been his fault, but they were bad picks for the most part.
Yeah, and I hate the other thing about the whole Baker situation. Oh, see, no one in the league likes him because nobody's trading for him. It's like, no, the Browns just waited until every team at least solved their quarterback issue for this year. Everybody wrapped up cap in a guy, so they can't go get.
Except for Carolina, but Carolina can't really do anything.
They have cap wrapped up in Sam Darnold. So, like,
I still see them drafting a guy, if I'm being real.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't think Baker wants to go to Carolina, and I don't think Carolina ever wanted Baker. But like,
no, there was reports that came out that Carolina was like, yeah, we don't want Baker.
Other quarterback needy teams might have wanted Baker, but the Browns waited so long that they all got their guys.
The Colts was my pick, but then obviously Matty Ice,
right?
Who's I think is more efficient, and more serviceable.
If I'm the Colts, I would have wanted Matty Ice
I'm
instead of
surprised.
Baker.
That one really shocked me. I really did not expect Matty Ice to get moved.
Yeah. But I mean, the Saints needed a quarterback. There for a while, the Buccaneers needed one.
I feel like the Saints were pretty content with Jameis for now.
Well, they tried really hard for Deshaun.
That division's going to be so lopsided.
Oh God, that division is as bad as I've ever seen.
Like, is there going to be a team besides the Bucs over 500 in that division? I don't think so. There's no way.
Yep, Cam Newton season. He's going to come back and lead the Panthers to 15-1. I'm calling.
Free agent and probably won't resign.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. He's a free agent who has mentioned nothing about Carolina since becoming a free agent. But
yeah.
He's going to go back to the Patriots, lead them to the playoffs.
Maybe. No, Cam to me feels like the guy who's going to be a free agent until like week 4 when somebody gets hurt somewhere.
I can see
he's
him
going
being
to go fill some
for
shoes.
the rest of his career.
Yeah, he's just going to fill shoes in random places.
Yeah.
And always be good enough to like keep the team competitive, but never great enough to push them over the hump. That's the way Cam feels to me.
But if you're listening right now and you were a betting man, you better you pound that Bucs winning the division, because there's legitimately no way they lose it.
No.
If somebody else wins that division, and it would be the Saints if it were. And it would be
because Brady got hurt.
Brady got hurt, or Brady was, or
Father Time just
Brady was like, yeah, I'm gone. Yeah.
Father Time just decides, all right, you're done.
He starts to slow down. He starts to slow down. He starts to like lose a few games. He's like, you know what? I think it's time.
Right.
And
because at some point, this is why I was glad Brady retired. Is I'm sick of seeing NFL star quarterbacks play 1 year too long. Peyton did it. Mm-hmm. His final year in 2015, he was awful. Favre, he should have retired after 2009 because 2010 with the Vikings was awful.
Oh, yes. Very
Drew
bad.
Brees might have stayed 3 years too long.
Brees probably should have been gone.
Right. Big Ben, too
long. Philip Rivers, maybe even that year with the Colts might have been too long.
It was. He should have retired a Charger.
Alex Smith should not have come back at all. He didn't get hurt again, but I liked that he came back. It was a cool story, but like at that point, I don't know if he should have come back and played football again. But
right.
Alex Smith. Who else? Joe Flacco. He's still in the league though.
Yeah, but Joe still Flacco's playing too long.
Josh McCown and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Eli Manning was another guy.
Yeah, Manning's last year before he got benched for Jones was just Oh gosh, atrocious.
I'm trying to think. I know there's other guys, but my brain's just Donovan McNabb that final year again with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we like to do is go take legends for a year or two and see what happens.
What about Vic, maybe?
Yeah,
No, Vic didn't sit too long.
No, he did because he was a backup for the Jets and the Steelers.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
Vic
did
definitely stayed
start
too
for
long.
the Steelers, and it wasn't great.
I like how we're just naming every elite quarterback from the last few years.
Because that's what they do. They
Okay.
all stay a year too long. So I was pumped that Brady was like, okay, I'm still up there.
Brady's overstayed his welcome in this league.
A little bit.
I'm sick of this. I'm just sick of watching him, bro.
Yeah.
Just let the new guys, let Herbert, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Kyler, let them do their thing. You can go. You can leave.
Yeah.
I mean, without him, Justin Herbert's probably a top 4 quarterback.
I still think he might
top
be
4.
anyways.
Yeah. I pray that the Chargers make the playoffs because we need to see Herbert in the playoffs.
Oh my god. See, then it becomes a real question though. If the Chargers don't make the playoffs with that roster, you got to start questioning things, right?
My prediction is that the arc Justin Herbert is going to be very similar to Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
In the sense that they might start to consistently make the playoffs. He'll probably get a ring pretty early. And then they'll continue to have mild playoff success, but no Super Bowl appearances, and fizzle out. And then he'll just play elite football without success to back it up.
I kind of feel like that might be Patty Mahomes.
I'm scared to say that about Mahomes, but you could be right.
See, the only reason I'm genuinely scared to say it is because Andy Reid's his head coach. Rodgers never had that. Ring early.
And they've been to Super Bowl once after that and got smoked.
Yeah.
And then made the playoffs, got beat in the AFC Championship. The year before that, they lost in the AFC Championship to the Patriots in overtime.
Yep. That's a very Rodgers-esque feeling.
No, it definitely is. Because he's already lost half of the amount of championship games than Rodgers has. Maybe. Yeah, Rodgers has lost.
Yeah, Rodgers has lost 4.
Lost 2 already. Mahomes is 1-2. Rodgers is
Mahomes is
1-4.
2-2. Rodgers is 1-4.
2-2. Rodgers is 1-4. So he's already won more than Rodgers has, but he's also already halfway to the same amount of losses Rodgers has.
Right.
It's the same thing with Russell Wilson. Like Russell Wilson got a ring early and haven't heard from him since 2014.
See, I feel like Russell Wilson is a more likely comparison for Herbert.
Probably.
Especially if they go get a ring now.
But it's allowed in all 17 games. Like Wilson has this trend where he plays really good 8 games. They're going to be peaking in the first half of the season and then kind of fizzles out. It's like Kyler too. Kyler kind of does the same thing.
That's kind of true. I honestly feel like Josh Allen's going to be more Big Ben. Get a ring really early, so next 2 years. And then 5 to 10 years of just being really, really good, but not able to get over the other quarterbacks in the AFC, whether it's Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow.
His own division, bro.
Right. And then he'll win another one, midway ending of his career, and then he's just really good. I think that's Josh Allen.
But yeah. Yeah, and speaking of the AFC North, I know he's not in the AFC North, but speaking of Lamar, Lamar, I hate to see him getting as underrated as he is currently.
Oh my god, I really
hate to see it.
In my draft hat videos, the Ravens, if they pop up early, I take Lamar over Mark Andrews because a top 10 quarterback is more important than a top 5 tight end.
And you can probably get a serviceable tight end from another team.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
And somebody was like, Lamar's not top 10. He's probably not even top 15. It's like, excuse me?
That's how you sound with Tyreek Hill.
The dude tried to say, no. The dude said he was a Ravens fan and that Lamar wasn't top 15.
See, most Raven fans are the opposite. Most Raven fans are the ones like, whoa, guys. This guy's won an MVP unanimously. Like,
Yeah.
let's chill out a little bit. He was hurt last year. He didn't do anything last year.
Oh my
Games he did play, he beat Mahomes in overtime.
Right?
like,
they got smoked by the Bengals with him playing.
I'm not sure
but-
he's top 5.
No, I wouldn't say he's top 5, but if you're
You
saying
would
he's
currently?
below top 15, no, I said I wouldn't say he's top 5.
Okay. Sweet.
But like, you're really gonna try to argue that Dak's better?
I mean, yeah,
Or-
Lamar's probably 6 or 7.
Or
Like-
Kirk? You're gonna tell me Kirk's better?
Dak is overrated too. I think Dak's overrated.
A little bit currently, yeah.
Dak might just be the Cowboys version of Kirk. Who knows?
Honestly, maybe. It's possible. But I don't know, man. The NFL's weird, and I think the Cowboys are just screwed. I think the Cowboys missed the playoffs.
No, because they won the division.
They
Sadly, they will win the NFC
won't.
East.
When's the last
I
time
don't
the
want them
NFC
to.
East had a back-to-back champion? Like 94? It
That
doesn't
is
happen.
true.
And think about this. At the end of the year, everybody talked about how the Cowboys' offense was underwhelming when they had Amari and CeeDee and Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup. This year,
Now
they're
only
going to have
CeeDee.
CeeDee and then who?
Gallup.
He's not going to play. He tore his ACL in week 15. He's not going to play until maybe the end of the year.
He'll be ready midseason then.
Maybe.
Think about it, like 5 weeks of the season after he got hurt, plus all of the offseason training camp and stuff. He'll be back.
Maybe. Unless there's complications, But even then,
Honestly,
you're
this
going
is,
from
this is,
5
this is a good
weapons to
CD
2.
Lamb. This is a good CD Lamb breakout season. I think. As
Possibly.
much as little as that might mean to the success of the Cowboys this year, he's probably gonna have a really good year.
But then,
If someone else can win the division, it's the Eagles.
or it's
Depending
Washington.
depending on where they land with the draft. If the Eagles draft well, I would take them over Washington probably.
Maybe.
Just because I
But
think
Washington
Jalen
could
Hurts
draft
is better than
well
Carson
also.
Wentz.
And
That's true.
Carson Wentz is getting an absurd amount of hate right now.
Oh, I like Carson Wentz. I think Jalen Hurts is better still, but I like Carson Wentz.
So,
I'm also a big Jalen Hurts fan. He's my
Yeah.
MVP dark horse sleeper for next year.
but I'm not counting out Washington. I think Dallas might finish below both of them. They have the worst coach of the 3 teams.
Yeah, if Washington gets one of Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, or Treylon Burks, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
And I think we might even find out that Mike McCarthy is going to be the worst coach in that division.
It's possible. I'm not
Brian
going to give Brian
Dable.
Dable.
I'm not going to give Brian Dable it now.
Right.
But as we move forward in the season, there's a good chance that Brian Dable emerges as a better head coach than McCarthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about it. Nick Sirianni was good last year.
Yes,
Good job.
he was.
Very good job by Nick Sirianni. And then obviously you got Ron Rivera. Trustworthy, like him a lot.
Yep.
And then there's McCarthy.
Yeah,
And then there's
Mike McCarthy's
Dable.
been bad forever.
But everyone will be like, oh, McCarthy has a ring.
I
Rodgers
don't
has a ring.
give a shit.
Rodgers has a ring.
It's the
McCarthy.
same thing. So the other day I was making an 0-17 team, right?
I saw.
And the
Yep.
Bengals popped up, and I took Zach Taylor. Yeah, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl last year.
The only person, I don't know who you had at this point, but the only person I would have taken besides him is Samaje Perine.
We already had a running back, I think, and
Okay.
Perine's
Then
not
yes, I would have taken
technically a
Zach Taylor.
starter. So
That's true. You had,
It's like-
you had to be taking starters. Okay.
yeah, I think I was taking starters in that one. So it was like
Well then,
I
yes,
can't
Zach Taylor.
unless I had
think
the
about the Bengals starters; they're
then-
all good.
even then I'm
like-
not taking their O line, not anymore. That O
Maybe their
line's
current-
stacked now.
Maybe their current tight end without CJ Uzama.
No, because
but-
it's Hayden Hurst,
Oh, I
who's not
forgot they
awesome.
signed him. He's not an 0-17 guy. No,
So it's
it'd
like
probably be Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor.
Yeah.
We all
I'd probably
talked
take Zach
about how Zach Taylor was the most overrated coach in football all year, and because he made it to the Super Bowl, now we're saying he's great.
There's a reason why he didn't win Coach of the Year.
Right.
I mean, Mike Vrabel did because Mike Vrabel was a good coach.
Right.
You think about the Titans being the 1 seed without Julio Jones and Derrick Henry and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
That's not
With
you can't
Ryan
be like, well,
Tannehill as their quarterback.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't be like, well, that was Tannehill. Tannehill did that. No, he didn't. Mike Vrabel did that. Mike Vrabel was like, Ryan, please don't throw interceptions, or I'm going to kill you.
Also, Desmond Ridder scares me now.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bad way.
Like in a way that he's good, or a way that he's gonna be bad.
Bad. He's gonna.
Why is that?
Because he said, "I want to model my game and be Ryan Tannehill." Bro,
that's a
you
low
can't
bar, buddy.
say that.
That's a low bar, buddy. I remember I heard about that in Stay Hot, and they CEO said that. I just kind of paused and I was just like, out of all the quarterbacks you could have named, even if deep down he believed that he was modeling his game with the Tannehill, you don't say that.
No,
because all teams have to do is be like, well, Ryan Tannehill threw a bunch of interceptions last year and cost them a playoff win.
Right.
Like why are you doing that? What does Tannehill do better than any other quarterback?
Nothing.
What is his best trait?
He's probably a better
accuracy?
receiver than everybody else. Because that's what he played in college. So.
Yeah, but the point being, every trait you can name from Ryan Tannehill that's good, you can name 5 to 10 quarterbacks that have that trait better.
I was gonna say accuracy-wise, he's not one of the 10 most accurate. I'm not giving him that.
Right, but even if you say that's his best trait, you got Rodgers, Mahomes, Brady, Herbert, Burrow, Allen,
even
Lamar,
guys of his caliber,
Kyler,
the mediocre guys. Kirk's
Kyler
more accurate.
Wentz, Kirk, Carr,
Carr's more
Matt
accurate.
Ryan, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it's like
even Dak might be more accurate.
Tannehill does that really makes me go, I want that guy.
Anything you say that is good about Baker, 15 quarterbacks, maybe even more. Probably roughly half the quarterbacks in the league you could say, well, they do this better than him, so why would I want Baker?
Right. And my answer to that is because you have a quarterback who's worse than Baker. Duh.
Yeah. But then there's still 15 guys below Baker in that situation.
Right.
You would want Baker over Sam Darnold.
Right.
I mean, Sam Darnold might not be infinitely worse than Baker.
He's infinitely worse. Darnold's not good, man.
I was pulling for him, dude. I was pulling for him.
I wanted him to be great.
He's free of Adam Gase. He's not on the Jets anymore, and then he comes out and sucks and gets hurt.
Well, no, the first 3 weeks, it was like, oh my God, is Sam Darnold actually that guy? Was I right all along?
He led the league in rushing touchdowns.
Yes,
he was throwing some dimes, and everyone was like, "Oh!"
And then they finally played a good team. Who was it? Let's look at the Panthers' schedule.
It was Dallas.
No, was it?
They were 3-0, and they played Dallas and just got absolutely the lid taken off of them. I believe. I believe Dallas was their first loss.
Oh, this is the wrong season. Sorry. But no, anytime they played a good team, he just disappeared.
But was Dallas the first win?
I'm trying to figure it out, but it keeps showing me the wrong freaking games. Yep, their first loss was to Dallas, 36-28.
Yeah,
because they played the Jets, the Saints, and the Texans, and looked like world beaters.
And dude, no, yeah, because everybody was hyped up to the Saints game because the Saints just blew the Packers.
Yep.
Everyone was like, they beat the Saints. But the Saints were missing their entire coaching staff. They had a huge COVID outbreak.
Yep.
None of their guys were there. It was they had a huge COVID outbreak. They didn't have Sean Payton. They didn't have their DC or their OC. They didn't have a couple key players. And everyone's like, the Panthers are gonna win the NFC South. And there they were finishing what they finished last. Now the Falcons probably did.
I think it was the Panthers.
It might have been because the Falcons were
finished the season 5.
Because the Falcons were still in a playoff spot until week 16 or 17.
Yeah.
They were still in position for a playoff seed.
So Sam Darnold, I can't see the rest of his stats right now, but he started off the season with 279 yards, then 305 against the Saints, 304 against the Texans, 301 against Dallas. So I
So
think
good.
the Dallas game was actually pretty. See, and then that was the other big thing. They played Dallas, Philly, and Minnesota, who everybody believed were playoff teams anyways, and they played them close. They all were one possession games.
The Dallas game was a garbage time thing. They were down pretty badly, and then they kind of started to surge back in garbage time.
A little bit, yeah.
But like, there's a difference between looking at the final score and actually watching the game.
Yeah.
Like with the Dallas game, they were not going to win that game.
No.
They were getting outplayed. The Minnesota game,
I think they also got outplayed.
The Minnesota game was they got outplayed and they somehow kept it to overtime. I don't know how, because the Vikings were just doing anything they wanted on offense pretty much. Yeah, I was just like, how were the Panthers in this game right now? Like,
we had like a 3-touchdown lead in the third quarter.
Oh yeah,
but in the fourth quarter, the Panthers were just like, "Ooh, we can do a thing."
Even the Eagles. They played pretty closely, and the Eagles ended up being a playoff team. I mean, the only team in that group who didn't make it was the Vikings.
It was when they got smoked by the Giants 25-3 that everyone went, "Oh,
yeah,
oh, this is
this is the Sam Darnold we're used to seeing.
Yeah,
this is the Sam Darnold we're used to seeing. Yep."
Because Darnold let them down in like their first drive of the game for a field goal, and then never scored again.
Yep.
Oh God. Yeah, it was just
it's the MetLife turf. It's the MetLife turf.
Sure. Yeah, blame that one on the turf. Good Lord. Dude, Darnold was just. I wanted him to be good so bad.
Oh, I was pulling for him. Like I said, I was pulling for him.
Mostly because I wanted to prove to everyone I was right about him, and it just couldn't happen.
Yeah. It was not physically possible for.
Hey, at least he still has thrown more touchdowns than interceptions in his career. That's good.
Now you can't say that for a lot of quarterbacks,
right? There are some
about that for a
guys that people like as starters still who can't do that.
I'm pretty sure Marcus Mariota probably hasn't done that. He's going to start for the Falcons.
There's
no way Marcus Mariota has thrown more touchdowns than interceptions in his career. I'd be very surprised.
I guess maybe. I don't know.
He had that 1 year where they beat the Chiefs in the wild card.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, he has 77 touchdowns to 45 picks.
Oh, that's interesting.
And, I mean, the year he got benched in Tennessee, it's weird that he got benched. He had a 60 completion percentage, over 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Like, he was playing
What do you think the Titans would be if they never had benched Mariota? Didn't they be any different a position than they are now with Tannehill?
I think they might be better.
Because they won a playoff game with Mariota. Well, they beat the Chiefs.
I don't know. Mariota has a skill set that Tannehill doesn't.
Mobility.
Yeah. Imagine having an actual mobile quarterback next to Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Come on.
Because we know Mariota can still run because he did it for 2 years with the Raiders. Like, he's still going.
That was his only role in the Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Derek, come on out. Marcus, just go in there and run.
Right?
Derek, you catch a breather. Marcus is just going to run it 3 times in a row from the goal line.
Yeah, right?
Like, that, because Josh Jacobs isn't a good enough goal line back.
Which he should be. Josh Jacobs is the weirdest running back in the NFL.
Dude, that man stole my fantasy team last year.
He's
I'm
built
so mad
like a
at him.
power back, but is actually more of a speed back, and it bugs me. He doesn't have power. Him and Christian McCaffrey need to switch mindsets.
He should be a power back.
Can we switch McCaffrey's brain with Josh Jacobs? Because I think that would make them both better.
That'd make them both infinitely better. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Maybe, I don't know. He feels power backy, but maybe he's
Josh Jacobs is 5'10", 220.
See, yeah, he's built like a boulder, man.
and CMC is 5'11", 205. CMC's taller and 15 pounds lighter.
I was gonna say, and 15 pounds in NFL terms is a lot.
That's a good amount of weight, yeah. When it comes to, like, especially being a running back, that's pretty big difference.
Right. What does Derrick Henry weigh? 247. He's 6'3", 250.
That man's just a monster.
God, that's not
And
normal.
the fact that he can be that fast with that amount of...
Right? I guess Adrian Peterson was... What are you? 6'1", 220. So even he is built different than Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like because he's so much taller, 3 inches? That's a lot at the same weight.
Mm-hmm. Saquon's 6', 234.
Oh.
Kamara's 5'10", 215. Zeke is 6', 225. Chubb is 5'11", 227. Like, they're mostly all in that range. Like all of like the elite backs. What's Dalvin?
Huh. Sorry. According to a news report that came out like 11 hours ago, Adrian Peterson still plans to retire as a Viking.
Huh?
He said,
I forgot he's still active.
Yeah.
he's on the Seahawks, yeah.
He said he, quote, still bleeds purple.
He won the MVP for him.
Yeah.
He won the MVP for him, dude. Like, why wouldn't you? More years there than he'll play on any other team.
Wow.
So Dalvin Cook's 5'10", 209.
Yeah. I think Peterson should get one more year on a team where he'll actually play. You know, as a running back.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he played for the Vikings, he wouldn't see any snaps.
Not really. He might get goal line snaps just because he'd be the power guy.
They don't have a power threat right now.
But Alexander Madison and Dalvin are getting the snaps most of the time. Adrian, you know what would be cool? Send him to the Bills. Let him pull a LaShawn McCoy and just have one more amazing year up there.
You know, honestly, dude, come Devin Singletary, I would probably take
Yeah.
IQ and his...
You were cutting out a little bit there. You want to give that a re-go?
Devin Singletary sucks.
Ah, yes.
I don't know if you heard that part of it, but Devin Singletary sucks.
Yeah. I'd take Peterson over Singletary and I don't know, just the bruiser in Peterson for that team might be great. Because that's what that team feels like. Singletary's more of a speed guy, but the rest of their team is just like, I want to hit you. Which could be a cool balance, except it doesn't work. So go get Adrian Peterson, who will also just lower his shoulder and hit you. But who can also, still at this point, just outrun you, just for fun.
Oh, yeah. He'll still be like, he'll still get past you.
Because wasn't it like 2 years ago in Washington, he had the 92-yard touchdown run against the Eagles?
Something like that, yep.
Where he just said, bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the thing with Peterson. He might not be, any of the top 10 guys who can do it every day.
Sure.
But if you need him to, he can still do it here and there.
I'll give you one of those. Yeah.
It's, Josh Allen's tired. It's been a rough couple weeks, so you do it. He can do it one time.
Yeah, Josh Allen's gonna suffer physically pretty badly if he keeps having to do everything they're having him do.
So we were talking about quarterbacks and who they are. I lied. Josh Allen is not Big Ben, because I've been saying this for the last 2 years. Josh Allen is Cam Newton.
Yeah.
He's Cam Newton. And in 7 years...
He might win an MVP early.
Yep. He might actually win a Super Bowl early because his team's built better than Cam's ever was.
Yes.
But he will, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's going to suffer an injury that is going to change him. You can't keep throwing shoulder at people. Come on, Josh. Got to be smart.
He's also just big, dude. Like, a guy like him, he's fast, but he's not tiny like Lamar or Kyler is.
Yeah, but we said that about Cam, too. Injuries still will catch up to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Yeah, what's the difference between Cam and Josh Allen? Like height and weight.
It can't be that bad.
It can't be a big difference.
No
Josh
way.
Allen 6'5", 237. Cam Newton is 6'5", 245. So Cam Newton was 8 pounds
there's
heavier.
like 30-pound difference.
No.
Wait, what did you say Josh Allen was?
So Cam's 6'5", 245. Josh Allen 6'5", 237. 8 pounds.
Oh,
They are
okay.
the exact same bodies.
Yep. I think Josh Allen's a little bit faster than Cam was.
I don't know. I mean, we could check their 40 time.
I guarantee Cam's 40 time was faster.
Josh Allen's 40
Guarantee
time.
that part.
Oh, nope, that's a linebacker. Ooh.
The Jaguars, Josh Allen.
Jaguars Josh Allen's faster than Bills Josh Allen. At the scouting combine, Josh Allen ran a 4.76. That's Kyle Hamilton. The guy who he plays faster than that. Yeah, Cam was a 4.59 at the combine. So Cam was faster.
That doesn't surprise me.
Cam was a monster, man.
Oh yeah, Cam coming out of Auburn was like one of the most highly coveted prospects ever.
Well, and I mean, look at his first NFL game. Like, he's another one of those guys that you knew was special.
First NFL game.
His first game in the NFL, his NFL debut, he went 24 of 37 for 422 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback rating of 110.4.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, became the first rookie ever to throw for 400 yards in their first game. Like, Cam just showed up and was like, I run this house now. Fuck you. And then, 10 years and 1 shoulder injury later, and he can't get on a team. It's awful. What I would give for him to be the backup in Minnesota.
Starter.
I just like Cam. We can't bench
Starter
the $45 million man. You just can't. Speaking of Minnesota, though, trying to say something, you cut out completely. Whoa, Discord issues. Whoa, we lost Jake.
Okay,
he's back.
We're back.
All right. What were you starting into? Because I didn't hear you at all.
You said something about Minnesota, and that's when I disconnected.
Okay. So Minnesota just re-signed Patrick Peterson.
I didn't see that. I think that's what else are you gonna do? I mean, I think that's even more confirmation that they're gonna go corner.
Oh yeah, I think they go corner. I think you pray that a guy like David Ojabo falls to the second round.
Oh, that would be so nice.
I predict he's falling.
Ojabo I have graded as second round guy, or mocked as a second round guy.
I have him graded as the third or fourth best edge rusher in this class. But the Achilles tear is going to scare teams away from using a first round pick on him.
On Ojabo? Yeah.
So I think he goes second or third round. So if you could grab Ojabo and get Sauce or Stingley, I don't care which one.
Both.
That
great
defense
options.
is scary.
Oh my goodness, dude! Did you see the Terrell Owens news?
No, what's going on with T.O.?
He's coming out of retirement and playing in that one football league that Bob Menery runs.
No shot.
And he's playing for the team that Johnny Manziel quarterbacks.
No way. Oh, I love
It's all over the place, dude. It's all over the place. He's gonna.
Oh no.
He is going to literally. We're gonna be watching football on Twitch, and we're gonna be watching Johnny Manziel throw passes to a
He's only
48-year-old Terrell Owens. That's so funny.
You know what's wild? What happens if he's really good?
No way he gets an NFL contract, right? No way. No. He's almost 50 years old. There's no way.
He could be the first Hall of Famer certified wearing a gold jacket to walk onto an NFL field and actually play.
I would say give him like, I don't know if the NFL does like the NBA style, like 10-day contracts, like a couple-week contracts.
They need to.
I would say give him just like one game and just see how he does. Like if he plays well in the FCF.
Dude, he's been saying he could come back. He says he could. I don't know if he can, but he thinks he can.
He's been saying for a while that thinks he can come back.
Dude.
He's been saying that for a while. That'd be sick. Back to the Eagles or?
That's insane. No, he'd never go back to the Eagles. He wouldn't go back to the Cowboys either. He just wouldn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Send him to the Chiefs. Send him to the Packers. He'd probably be their wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't do it. Don't do Allen Lazard like that, bro. Come on.
I'm doing that to him.
Come on, dude. He's not that bad.
So I picked Allen Lazard in one of those, 0-17 videos that I had to pick a starter in.
You've got beef with me, buddy.
Why? So Tay was still there at that point. Got to pick a starter. Devontae. Tay was still on the team, so I'm not picking Tay.
If Tay was still on the team, then MVS was still.
No, because MVS was a free agent. Free agency started before. Amari Rodgers has not taken a snap.
He has?
Has he? He did not.
Amari Rodgers, yes, he does. I'm looking at the stats right now. I guarantee you, he has got something.
I'm looking him up. He had one game. Oh, he did. He had 20 catches for 166 yards.
Amari Rodgers should have been your pick, bro. Don't do Allen Lazard like that.
No, that was returns. He does not have a single catch, apparently. Oh, yes, he does. What is going on with Pro Football Reference right now?
ESPN said four receptions, 45 yards.
Yeah, that's better than Allen Lazard.
No, not last year. Allen
Lazard. Woohoo! He had 40 catches for 500 yards. Woo!
That's more than Amari Rodgers had.
Who wasn't a starter? You cannot say Amari Rodgers.
No, he was.
No, he wasn't.
I'm a Packers fan. I know more than you.
You obviously don't. You obviously know nothing, Jon Snow.
I know more.
Jesus.
No, Amari Rodgers not a starter. Who else? What other positions do you have available there?
I have no idea.
You also could have taken Josiah DeGuara at tight end. Because Robert Tonyan, he was a starter because Robert Tonyan was.
Yeah, I have no idea. But no. So people were trying to say that team would win 9 or 10 games because of Allen Lazard.
Oh,
okay.
No.
How dumb are you?
Oh, good heavens, no. They would win maybe 2 games.
That's the other
max.
Thing. Just because I pick a guy in an 0-17 video, that's not me saying he's bad.
He's just the worst option you have.
Right. Like, I also still love the people who never actually watch the video. They just comment some shit.
That makes me mad because it happens like
you're dumb.
It
Why didn't
a lot
you take
on my
Aaron
video
Rodgers and Devontae and Justin Jefferson and King Henry? It's like, watch the video and you tell me.
Well, I'm gonna look for the comment I'm talking about on the video that's blowing up today.
I know
There's
somebody
one that
called you
really
dumb.
got me. Oh yeah, I got called dumb a lot.
I do too, and
because
it's like, if you think you can do better, then make videos.
I was using last year's rosters, and in this video, in this one, I don't know why I tried this, but I tried to do picking a wide receiver 1, a wide receiver 2, and a wide receiver 3. And for the Lions, I picked Josh Reynolds as the wide receiver 2. But everyone was like, DJ Chark's there. I'm like, right, St. Brown is the wide receiver 2. I'm like, I'm doing last year's rosters.
And even if you weren't, Amon-Ra would be the number 1 and Chark the number 2.
Right. And I picked Tyreek Hill for the Chiefs in the other video, and people were like, he's on the Dolphins. I'm like, I'm aware, but we're doing last year's numbers, meaning last year's rosters. What else is there? TJ Hawkinson played like 3 or 4 games last year. DJ Moore is a wide receiver 1. I already had a guy. D-Hop, who had like maybe 2 touchdowns last year.
Right. Yeah, that team was just tough. You probably should have taken Burrow, though. I did see that one. But it's also like, I get why you didn't. You were hoping for somebody better.
I was hoping for like a Mahomes, Rodgers, Allen.
Right.
Which I don't know why I was holding out for those guys, but yeah.
Yeah. It's so wild.
Well, I got like 5 minutes, so.
Oh. So you're saying you want to wrap this up?
Well, if there's any final things you want to talk about, then we can go for it. But other than that, yeah.
Okay, I gotta ask you your opinion. I know neither of us are the hugest basketball guys. Like knowledge.
Oh, I'm actually a huge NBA guy. I just do not talk about it.
Compared to football, what do you know more? I'm genuine.
Football.
That's what I mean. Like.
Yeah,
basketball's not up there in our knowledge. Right?
Basketball is not my primary sport, but I know enough about basketball to go.
Right. Oh yeah.
Take a conversation.
We can have a combo on it, but
yeah.
Are the Lakers gonna sneak back into the play-in? Are they gonna make the playoffs?
Oh.
Or the play-ins, I should say.
They're not gonna make the playoffs. That I do know.
I don't know.
They won't make the playoffs.
If you get a play-in game, you're telling me LeBron can't do it? You're telling me LeBron can't go to, I don't know what teams are actually going to, I don't know how it's actually going to finish.
It'll be the T-Wolves, the Pelicans, or, let me tell you right now, they do not beat the T-Wolves. No way.
Okay.
Timberwolves
I'm going to say no.
They might even move up.
I'm going to say no, unless LeBron just decides to have one of those all-time performances.
But if the Timberwolves move on, I think they have a really good shot at upsetting the Grizzlies in the first round.
Oh yeah.
Because of Cat and Anthony Edwards and
Cat's just different, and against a team like the Grizzlies, who guards him?
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay.
He's very good defensively, but he is nowhere near the level of Cat athletically or size-wise.
That's the
Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best defensive centers. I'm not discrediting Jaren Jackson Jr. at all, but against a guy like Cat or Embiid or someone like that, no way.
Right.
The Lakers, I'm honestly not convinced.
I'm not convinced they'll make the play-ins. They have the same record as the Spurs, because I think the top 10 seeds make the air quotes playoffs with
top 10
7,
seeds
8, 9, and 10 doing play-ins.
The 7 and the 8 seed play. Winner of that game gets the 7 seed, and then the winner of the 9 and 10 game plays the loser of the 7-8 game for the 8 seed.
So right now the Lakers would play the Pelicans. You telling me LeBron can't just single-handedly beat them
down the stretch?
Yeah.
Pelicans, that's okay. Jazz, Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Nuggets again, Thunder. They have 2 games that I even remotely would think about taking them in on the stretch.
Okay, but the Spurs, right? They got the Trailblazers the next 2 games. That could be 2 wins. Yeah, that could be 2 wins, but who knows? Wilder things have happened. Then they got the Nuggets. That's a loss. T-Wolves. That's a loss. Warriors. That's a loss. Mavericks. That's a loss.
Steph and Clay have been kind of cold.
Don't care.
Clay more so.
The Warriors just in total have more talent than the Spurs. They can still just win those games. So.
Yeah.
Let's say the Lakers make the 10th.
They both have tough schedules.
You think the Lakers lose to the Pelicans?
They just did.
Okay.
But it is playoffs.
You think playoff LeBron loses to the Pelicans?
What I'm saying, bro, is if they sneak in, grab that 8.
If they sneak in and grab that 8 seed, that's a little scary. Especially, imagine if AD gets back.
They don't make it past the Suns.
What if AD's back?
Like I said, I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'll think about that once I actually make it. Yeah. But for now, I'm not even putting it in the plans.
I just like the hypothetical. I want to see it.
I like the hypothetical too. I don't hate LeBron.
You what?
Too much time terrorizing. I'm a Raptors fan. Spent too much time terrorizing the Raptors.
So you just don't like LeBron. Got it.
Yes, wish nothing but the worst for him because of what he did to my team and what he did to my emotions.
See, I'm just a big LeBron guy. I like LeBron.
Okay, so your answer to this question is going to decide whether or not I just leave the call immediately.
You're gonna leave the call immediately. I'm not gonna answer. You're not gonna like my answer, so I'm not gonna say it.
We will talk about this when I have more time too. Yeah. But that gives me so much pain.
I'm just gonna use the one argument I've always used. When Jordan retired the first time, right? Only 3 rings. Hadn't accomplished anything near what Kareem had accomplished. Not even close. They put up a statue of him saying the greatest to ever do it. You know why? Because you watched him and you said, I've never seen anyone play the game of basketball better than this guy. No one has ever been better than this guy.
And still haven't.
See? Incorrect. What could Jordan do that LeBron can't?
Win 6 championships.
That's the dumbest argument. Then Bill Russell's the greatest of all time. Have a good day. Bill Russell has double championships.
There were like 11 teams in the league at that point.
But like here's the championship.
That wasn't even the NBA.
First of all, it's a team sport, so stop. Every team not every team, but the majority of teams LeBron has dragged to the finals are worse than any team Jordan ever played on by a long shot.
Because Dennis Rodman's so good at basketball.
Okay, Dennis Rodman is better than Mike Bibby, who was LeBron's number 2 in his first championship run.
Dude. Mike Bibby's better than Dennis Rodman all time.
No, stop. What about Boobie Gibson being your number 2 on a championship team? Oh, when Jordan didn't have a Hall of Famer named Scottie Pippen next to him, he couldn't get out of the first round, but whatever.
Dennis Rodman more like Dennis Frodman. Am I right?
No. Jesus. Good God.
I live in Chicago. I can't say anything otherwise.
But
I'll get killed.
But here's my other thing. First of all, it's all opinionated. It's all opinion. Who cares? We're never going to prove it. Second of all, as long as you're not a moron who has LeBron outside the top 5, I don't care. We can disagree on the order.
I mean, LeBron's number 2 for me, 100%.
But like a guy like Skip Bayless saying LeBron's 11. No, he's not.
Or like people who say Kobe isn't a top 5 Laker all time.
It's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous to say.
Yeah, dude, Kobe might not be a top 5 player of all time, but he's definitely a top 5 Laker of all time.
100%.
It's probably like him, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, LeBron.
See, I don't know if LeBron can be in the top 5.
Who goes in the 5th spot there, though? I can't think of it on the top of my head, but there's probably somebody. Oh, what was Laker? Yeah.
Dirk.
Yeah, he's probably better than LeBron. Nowitzki?
No. Oh, God. Wrong guy. Wrong foreign white dude. Pau Gasol.
Oh, I was going to say, dude.
I just thought of the wrong foreign white dude. My bad. Wrong foreign white dude. I'm cutting that out of the podcast.
Luka Doncic is a top 5 Laker of all time.
Dude, right? Russell Westbrook? Come on.
Russell Westbrook's the top.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Dwight Howard. He won as many championships for the Lakers as LeBron did, so he must be better.
We're going off the rails, bro.
We are. You wanted to leave, so I just sent it off the rails. All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me on. This was good times.
Appreciate you being here, man. Got to send it off the rails at the end. It was great.
Jordan's to go. Tyreek Hill's top 15. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.